This preview will look at the dark fantasy mobile game for Android, A3 Still Alive. We'll look at the 5 different classes you can choose. I'll get my character to level 5, all on legendary tactics. So this is the introduction to the game. It starts with the option of choosing a Berserker. This is your axe-wielding high attack character who's good in close combat. You can go to the Templar, the Hammer and Shield Bearer. This will be your tank. If you prefer to go for a Wizard, you get offensive advantages in long-range combat, and she's really good for critical strikes. The Assassin is your dagger wielder, close-range combat, and good at weakening the enemy. And the Archer, this is always my favorite class. Lots of speed advantages in long-range combat, quick evades, pretty good accuracy. So this looks like the class for me. So at this point, each class seems to be gender-locked, but there are all kinds of options for customizing your character. You can do the nitty-gritty, everything just from the basic hairstyles, hair color, eyebrow tilt, anything you want. You can really change your character quite a bit here. And this is an open world RPG game, so the idea is that you get fully immersed with your character and you get connected with your character. Now, a lot of this I'm not too concerned about for this demo. I'm just going to show you today myself getting to level 5. You can see how long that takes and how much grind is involved in the game. I'll play through the introductory sequence in Chapter 1. And I mean, the graphics you can see are quite nice on this. It's incredible that a mobile game looks this nice. Lots of customization, so you can really get the look that you're going for with your character.
At long last, we've arrived at the Mountain of Beginnings. As the Apostle of Enith, you shall help me save the world.
All right, some pretty nice cinematics here. So this looks like the dragon that stands between us and victory and all of this dragon's minions. You can see that the game takes place in an apocalyptic fantasy world, and it focuses on a Battle Royale style combat. It is a free-to-play game, and it's got some pretty stunning graphics and cinematics. This is a guild-based game as well, so you can see that a lot of the characters here are working with their synergies to overtake the evil forces at work. That almost had an Overwatch look to it there, that character. The last hope we seek, the Grail of Origins lies ahead, but the dragons and demons stand in our way. We must defeat them and reclaim the Grail. All right, so it looks like there's quite a few options here. This is the introduction to the tutorial. I'll just go through each of these. So there's your basic attack in the middle. On the right side, you control all of your weapons. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, and there's a cooldown countdown on each of these. There's the big hit, and it looks like I've got an invincibility or a bit of a dodge attack there, so if someone comes for me, I can avoid them. Now on the left side, you've got your joystick, so you can get right into the fray there. If you like button mashing, now's a good time to unleash your forces. So it looks like each of the characters has unique abilities. It does look like it already wants us to work together with Leah the Wizard here and Garion the Berserker. I've got an Assassin, Nemes, and a Templar, Theon. So these are just these aren't actual people, they're just basic characters to get me into the narrative. So I need to save Radienne here, who I'm apparently escorting through the chasms. Now that we've purified it, we should be able to destroy it. Oh boy, okay, so I guess I've got to destroy this obstruction with arrows. Seems like a highly ineffective way of doing it. That's okay. Thankfully, Leah the wizard noticed that the path is cleared for me. She is very astute, that one. Alright, so the game, lots of button mashing here, if you're into that sort of thing. Nice combos there, makes you feel like you're really accomplishing something when you're actually doing very little. It doesn't take a lot of skill. Now, one feature that this game has, and I'll demonstrate this shortly, is an autoplay feature. I'm not able to activate it at this point, so here I actually need to target the characters. Silverwing Guardian, answer my call. Prophetess Radian says, oh, I can't keep the Silverwing Guardian summoned for long. We must break through. Alright, so some nice flavor text there to go along with it. Personally, I don't like too much of the inserts into the game, but they're minimal enough. They don't interfere with the gameplay. A century of burning heat? This can't be. We must defeat it while the Silverwing Guardian protects us. Oh, this is a big one. Okay. So probably not wise for me to be right up front. I should really let the Berserker do that, but I am invincible there with that attack, so... But, it really doesn't seem like anything can hurt me at this point, so... I'm sure later that's going to matter quite a bit, but at this point... My archer seems fairly indomitable. Ooh, the evade button. Okay. There's an extra feature you need to be aware of. No, the Guardian, it can't hold much longer. This isn't really a game that requires a lot of tutorial. I mean, you can probably just watch this and then skip it when you play yourself. Wait, what's that shaking? Uh-oh, it's a dragon. That is not good. We have one chance remaining. Watch out! Alright, so I guess we're in the capital city now. So it's, looks like it's teleporting some baddies into the capital city. That's not so good. I guess I know what I'm going to be doing for the next little while. Very cool. Very nice looking baddies here. Ooh, frozen in time. Artistically, it looks really nice, what they've done here. So they've just plopped us into this moment. Alright, so this is where Chapter 1 begins. So we've completed the tutorial. This is called a second chance. The disappearance of the goddess Inith foretells a coming apocalypse. Use Prophetess Radiant's sacrifice to travel. Okay, so that little blue orb there, the breath of the soul, it tells me to follow that. Now you can see over on the left there's that blue square with the arrow pointing at it. I can actually just tap on that and that becomes the autoplay function. If you haven't played many of these games, autoplay does actually seem to be the main mode of these MMO games, these RPG games. It was a trap set by none other than the ancient dragon Helkium.
An apocalypse awaits for a world without the protection of the goddess. Endless death and destruction, encroaching chaos. But there is still hope. The Grail of Origins, the relic that can bring back the goddess. At long last, we've arrived at the Mountain of Beginnings. As the Apostle of Enith, You shall help me save the world.
Oh, I shall I? Okay. So there was some text there from Radienne, and it gave me the option of speaking with her, but I mean, there wasn't any real choice about what I said, so essentially you're clicking through the text and the conversation carries itself. Back to a bit of button mashing here. Help my buddies out. So if you want a low investment game, the autoplay feature can be interesting. I find it can also be a little bit disengaging when the game just plays itself. Oh, this guy is a fearsome foe. What's he up to? Lots of epic music here. Well, that seemed very fortunate that worked. All right, so it appears to be cutting between what's going on in the larger battle and what's happening just in my immediate vicinity. So this is where I'm starting to level up now. Lots of equipment, and I think that's primarily what this game will be about, is leveling up and getting some XP. And Princess Radienne says, "Thank goodness the Ancient's holy artifact is still there. If the sacred seal..." Ooh, this is very quick. I'm afraid you would have been in grave danger as well. We have only a single clue in search of the incarnation of Incaro, the death of one particular wizard. A wizard in Elnium, the capital city of the Holy Incan Empire. And that very night a red moon rose. So our first priority is to locate the wizard. How can we possibly find him? This must have occurred immediately after the Battle of Dawn's Peak. Okay. Well, that was a fairly simple quest, so looks like a lot of the quests here are just talking to different characters. A little bit like World of Warcraft. Okay. Yet another quest complete. So when you're in autoplay mode, the game actually feels a little bit like watching TV. It's a bit of a strange concept to let the computer play for you, and I find in some ways it feels like it takes some of the gameplay away from me, but on the other hand, some people don't want the grind. They don't really enjoy that, so hopefully this game doesn't become just a grind factory where you're eventually just funneled into a pay-to-level system. But yes, of course I'll help you, as long as you level me up. Level 4. All right. Chief Magic Academic. Okay. So the leveling is happening fast and furious. I don't actually feel like I'm really earning this very much. Just feels like they want me to feel rewarded at this point. So go around and search a couple of corpses here. Not a whole lot going on there. This one's a little bit more rotten. So it's a little bit of a murder mystery here, a little investigation, a little hunt. And this is nice and quick because I've got this on autoplay here. So that gets me up. A little more experience. Titan the Hunter. Okay. Sounds like somebody's fighting furiously in the background. I should probably get involved in that fight. Oh, this old lady looks innocent. All right, so that's got me to level 5. So I've given you basically a quick summary of how to play the game, what the game's all about, how it feels. If you found this preview of A3 Still Alive helpful, please consider subscribing and giving us a like. Thank you for your time.